So, Madam Chairman and members of the committee, my name is Tim Tutt. I'm the pastor of United Christian Church here in Austin. This issue of payday lending is obviously somewhat weighty and somewhat passionate, and so I thought I would lighten the mood a little bit and talk about the school budget crisis.
Your 3 minutes is up.
Believe it or not, I actually would like to make a connection between the two. In our congregation, we have 30-some-odd school teachers, 30-some-odd public school teachers. 3 of our church members teach at Northwest Elementary School in the Pflugerville School District. That school stands to lose, for next year, 4 teachers due to budget cuts. Different issue, different committee.
You better connect the dots here pretty quick.
Well, here we go. In the middle of all that, these flyers that I'm passing out showed up in the mailboxes of every teacher at that school. Hand addressed to the members, members of that faculty. Flyers from a local payday lending establishment were mailed to every teacher in that school, offering them fast cash. If you read the fine print, the flyers say that the APR for a $360 advance is 533%. The print's tiny, but at least it's there. But it's appalling, as you've heard today, 533%. And the flyer was sent to elementary school teachers teaching our children, your children, my children, who are afraid they're going to lose their jobs or have their salaries cut. I think that is aggressive, and I think that is predatory. I think that is indicative of the way that this industry is operating in our state these days. And I think 533% interest is wrong. I think this example of their marketing preys on fears, and they offer these quick fixes that simply threaten to sink people further into debt. Representative Orr has said, well, maybe others through high check fees and ATM cards charge that much interest. That's probably true. To put that in the context of my church life, if a church member comes to me and says, John, who sits down the pew from me, is drinking and smoking and carousing with the members of the choir, that looks like fun, I'd like to do it too. I don't say, well, yeah, you should do that just because he's doing it. So just because other people in the financial industry are doing that, you have an opportunity, I think, to stop it, at least in this part of the financial industry, through these payday lenders. I think this process is immoral. You've heard good examples from my fellow clergy members about situations in their congregation. This is not new. This is not something that these clergy members are jumping on because it's trendy. The Christian scriptures that are 2,000 and 3,000 years old are clear about this. Exodus 22 says, if you lend money to the poor among you, you shall not deal with them as a creditor. You shall not exact interest from them. Jesus said in the Gospel of Luke, do good and lend, expecting nothing in return. Now, I don't expect the payday lending industry to adopt these biblical...
We respectfully accept your testimony. I don't see a witness affirmation form from Jesus.
Well, no. But if you read the Bible, you may find some pretty harsh words about money and lending. So I think that I don't expect the payday lenders to reconfigure their business model according to the scriptures. I do not expect that at all. I understand that charging a reasonable amount of interest makes sense for their business context. That is okay and that is good. But I don't think their current practices of payday lending as CSOs are reasonable these days. I think these practices, as they currently are done, are immoral and out of control and predatory. And so whether Jesus showed up here today or not, I think on behalf of the people in my congregation who do their best to live out Jesus' words every day, I would thank you all for your work on this and urge you to close the CSO loopholes and set fair and reasonable rates and do your best to stop this cycle of debt. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for hanging with us all day
Glad
long.
to do it.
And clearly you care a great deal about this, and we care that you care.
Thank you.
So, thank you.